Responsible business practices are crucial. Navigating the complex landscape of environment, health and safety is essential for organizations aiming to thrive. Today's SAP Expert Talk presents selected innovations from the SAP Cloud ERP Private 2025 release, offering transformative insights into waste management and occupational health management, empowering companies to create a safer workplace while advancing their strategic sustainability goals. My name is Claudia and I'll be your host. And to guide us through these innovations, I'm delighted to welcome two of our leading experts. Please join me in welcoming Leyi and Mariya from the SAP EHS team.
Thank you, Claudia, for having us.
Happy to be here, Claudia.
Excellent. Let's jump right in. The SAP Cloud ERP Private 2025 release brings major innovations to EHS, and I want to start with one that addresses a very common operational challenge: waste management. Leyi, before we talk about the integrations, please explain to us what is meant with waste management.
Waste management is one of the key capabilities in the environment management solution. So to manage waste end-to-end, from point of generation over storage, transportation to disposal.
What were the key challenges you aimed to solve here?
Managing waste streams has long been a critical requirement for our market and our customers. Why? Because understanding these waste streams, what types of waste are generated, where they go, and how they are disposed of, is critical to ensure compliances with regulatory requirements. Waste-generated industry typically requires waste permits and have specific waste transportation requirements, particularly when handling hazardous waste. And it is also important for assessing the costs associated with the waste management, which allows our customers to pinpoint the largest cost drivers, which is essential for optimizing both production and financial outcomes.
Now I understand why it is critical to have the integration in waste management with purchasing. This was heavily influenced by direct customer feedback, particularly a request that came through the SAP Customer Influence Portal. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, sure. This is a great example. A major pharmaceutical company highlighted this as a significant pain point. Of course, we see it as a major requirement also from the market overall.
So it was really about making that connection visible and actionable. What are the key business values this integration can bring to our customers, and how does it work?
Imagine a business with a high margin product, but producing lots of waste that results in high disposal costs. This can seriously hurt the product's overall profitability. By integrating waste management tool with purchasing, an environment manager can assign purchase orders directly to waste disposal channels and their related waste transportation documents. Customers can clearly see the disposal and transportation costs and link them to specific production locations. And this not only helps manage costs better, but also allows detailed analysis to find ways to minimize waste and explore more cost-effective disposal methods and partners. Moreover, integration with purchase orders enhances transparency regarding waste quantity, ensure audit-approved trails that help meet regulatory requirements.
That sounds fantastic. What about the other integration with inventory management? What is the motivation behind?
The main driver is the end-to-end traceability. Waste behaves like inventory with extra rules, especially for hazardous waste. And most waste is not collected at the point of generation, but staged in interim location. The integration with inventory management allows environmental managers to trigger and monitor the movement of the waste, and also reference the material documents in the waste transportation request. This helps to enforce, for example, the maximum storage duration based on compliance requirements, or it can also reduce disposal costs by triggering pickups, for example, when the economic quantity is met.
That sounds incredibly practical, a fantastic enhancement. Now let's shift our focus from environment and waste management to what is truly a company's most important asset. Its people and their safety, and most important, their health. Mariya, this release delivers significant advancements for supporting occupational health processes. What's the business background here?
Really good question, Claudia, and I'm really glad we can talk about that first before we outline what our solution can do. As you rightly said, the main asset of a company are the people and so their health and safety. What any business is considering when choosing a software solution is how to ensure that the processes in place allow to monitor and assess individuals undertaking work known to carry health risks and effectively. Health surveillance is normally regulated through the health and safety regulations or policies. Health and safety executives have the goal to establish an effective health surveillance and a good practice to protect the individual and the workplace. Managers must ensure that any work-related hazards are risk assessed and brought to the attention of the occupational health service as required. We've outlined the business needs and the goals. Now we can talk about how our occupational health solution supports customers in SAP Cloud ERP Private. The former add-on solution of occupational health is fully integrated now in the standard workplace safety, and it is officially available with release 2025. The upgrade from the add-on solution to the Cloud ERP Private has a smooth transition path.
What is in scope? What does occupational health do?
It supports the general employee occupational health care in the enterprises, as well as the planning and execution of special health surveillance protocols. Special surveillance is required for those persons who may be exposed to certain influences of a chemical, physical, or biological nature at their workplace, or who perform activities to pose a health hazard. The health surveillance protocols has also include vaccinations, or as in US, very common requirement are the random drug tests.
It sounds like this is about moving from a reactive to a more proactive and preventive approach to employee health. What are the key features in this release that enable that shift?
Yes, you're right, it does. Prevention is a key. The objective of the occupational health solution is primarily to provide a repository to track the occupational health history of employees and drive a risk-based occupational health processes with an integration back to the central HR data. Let's deep dive into the solution and highlight some of the key features. Customers can leverage a central list of health surveillance protocols to drive the scheduling of the medical services and testing for the appropriate personnel. The determination of the health surveillance protocol is a fundamental piece of the occupational health solution. It is a standardized set of procedures or guidelines designed to address specific medical situations. They are used to ensure that consistent and effective treatment across different patients and healthcare providers. They outline the steps for diagnosis, treatments, follow-ups, and monitoring of conditions, aiming to optimize patient outcomes and maintain safety standards. Key aspect here, and with a high importance, the protocols assigned to individuals can be either determined manually or automatically based on the work location and hazards to which they will be exposed. Here, good examples you can imagine are the health surveillance protocols proposed due to chemical exposure. Simply a brief consultation and preventive checkups regularly to be planned can be also created as protocols in occupational health. The occupational health professional can use the monitoring cockpit to schedule the necessary medical service for the individual based on the selected protocol. The complete occupational health history for each employee can be kept in a central repository. The medical service contains, as we mentioned also above, all the necessary examination data, such as diagnosis, examination results, work restrictions for health reasons, and so on. And to put the plan into motion, the medical calendar helps the occupational health practitioner to plan accordingly the medical appointment, considering the current availability. As a summary, the occupational health solution supports EHS managers to easily determine and plan the necessary actions to protect employees' health and prevent work-related illnesses and accidents. It ties back quite well all the operational aspects of the medical surveillance and the HR data in the system, ensuring the data privacy.
That deep integration with HR data seems like the real game changer. How does it provide that comprehensive visibility you mentioned?
It simply connects the dots by linking workplace risk data directly into the employee's master data record. EHS managers and HR professionals get the complete picture. They can ensure that the right people receive the right medical attention at the right time, automate scheduling for medical checkups, and simply ensure compliance management process. At the end of the day, it's all about ensuring employee well-being in a data-driven, efficient way.
Okay, proactive health management is crucial, but of course incidents can still occur and workplace risks need to be mitigated. Leyi, the new release strengthens the link between safety processes and employee learning, correct?
Yes, proper workforce training is essential for building a proactive safety culture. Whether a knowledge gap is identified as the root cause of an incident or training is needed to mitigate operational risks proactively, integrating safety systems with a learning management platform closes the loop efficiently. So to automate workflows, notify employees, and also track completion to ensure timely and targeted learning.
And Mariya, how exactly does this new integration between SAP Cloud ERP and SAP SuccessFactors Learning work?
Basically, learning is delivered as a standard task type into our foundational task management capability. It can be triggered naturally from different processes such as incident management, risk assessment, compliance management, and many others. For instance, when an incident investigation team identifies during the root cause analysis that there is a need for follow-up training, or training program is defined as a safety measure control for risk mitigation, a task can be easily created directly either from an incident record or from a risk assessment. Within that task, customers can browse and assign specific learning items, like a new safety course, for example, or a certification program. That can be done directly from the SAP SuccessFactors Learning Catalog. The assignee will get a notification directly from the learning platform and can conduct the training within the given time frame. The completion status of that learning will be automatically monitored by the system. Once the employee completes the assigned training in SuccessFactors, the system can be configured to automatically complete the associated task in the incident record or the risk assessment.
That really boosts operational efficiency and makes sure there are no gaps between what's communicated and what actually gets done. Leyi, Mariya, this has been incredibly insightful. Thank you both so much for sharing your expertise and giving us such a clear view of what's available. If you enjoyed this talk, give us a like, feel free to comment and share the video within your network. You can also check out our SAP community for more insights and discussions, or reach out to us at insightS4@sap.com if you'd like to connect directly. Thank you for watching.